I put in my resignation from my job. Good morning. Okay, so lots changed since last night. So last night we were fully going to continue with the pilgrimage to Santiago, but what we found is we have an interview with some immigration specialists in Lisbon on Tuesday. So there's no real way to get there and get back to Lisbon by Tuesday. So we're stopping our pilgrimage. And I shouldn't say stopping, we're pausing our pilgrimage and we're heading towards Lisbon now. So we're catching a train towards the Portuguese border. We thought about catching a plane, riding through to Santiago and catching a plane, but we have the problem of where to store the bikes, and also we need to do PCR tests if we're going to fly back into Portugal, and we don't want the hassle of going through customs again. So we're just going to put the pilgrimage on hold, and we're going to catch a train towards the border. It'll still leave us about 50-60 kilometers to ride across to the border, and then we're going to catch another train down to Porto, hopefully this afternoon. So today looks like there'll be a lot of train travel. Maybe we won't get to Porto today, but we're going to try. It's very cold outside, but it's been good to catch the train, because in Spain they have a real problem with bicycles on trains. Really the only ones that you can put bicycles on are these ones called the middle distance ones, unless you want to bag them, and we don't have the bags, or you have a folding bike. Also, all commuter trains you're allowed to take bicycles on, but any express trains you're not allowed to take bicycles. So we're lucky that there's a middle distance train that happens to leave at the right time. That's the other thing, they've got this amazing infrastructure, but they don't seem to have many trains that use that infrastructure. And it's kind of like going to the airport when you catch the train here. When you turn up at the railway station, you have to wait outside and go through screening before you go onto the platform. You're only allowed onto the platform half an hour before the train leaves. It's a bit unusual, but the train's really clean and they're really nice.
The guy that helped us was just so kind. The staff here at this train station have been fantastic.
Yeah, I think because the bicycles are rare that they get taken on the train, we got special privilege. So we got shown through the customs part of it, security screening of it.
Yeah.
And then the guy helped us all the way to putting the bicycles on the train, because I think it's unusual that they go on the train. It's very weird, because we're all from Australia. You can just take your train as long as it's outside of rush hours. You can just take your bicycle on the train. But here it's like nah. It's very difficult to get your bike on the train. So it's very surprising, actually.
Now we're on a race against time to get down to Lisbon in time for this appointment.
Yeah, but like I said, it's not abandoned. It's just paused.
Yeah.
The pilgrimage.
Actually,
what we're going to do now is I'll go back to work, and when I finish up at work, we'll start the pilgrimage from probably Lisbon or Porto, and then right up to Santiago that way. And we may cut across and finish off the original way, or we might just continue up the coast road. So yeah, it's all good.
We've arrived and we're at the village close to the Portuguese border. The chap on the train was so kind So the people at the train station were really helpful, but then the train conductor actually on the train was lovely. He came over and made sure we knew when we were about 2 stops before. He let us know which side of the train to sit on for the best views. Just the most lovely people. It's just so cool. And Charlie's just popped into the loo before we ride across the border. A quick ride from the train station took us to an unassuming bridge, and we walked across from Spain to Portugal. The train ride down to Porto was just as beautiful as the one in Spain. So Charlie, how was the thrash metal vegan bar?
I felt that we might have sticked out a little bit in there, being with the only people that weren't in full black, have multiple piercings and tattoos.
You got cool bright glasses though.
Yes. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, how are you? Yesterday we travelled from Spain to Portugal, and some stuff happened which I'm still confused about. Like when we came over the border, there was absolutely no checks. So why is there checks when you fly from Spain to Portugal? It makes no sense at all. And also, when you get over the border, you got to go to the railway station, and there's all this security. It's like, oh no, you can't get on the platform until half an hour before the train leaves, and you got to put all your bags through this metal detector and all this sort of stuff. And it's like super, and PJ's there, and she goes, oh, it's because of terrorism. It's terrorism. So anyway, we catch the train, and then we have to change trains in the middle. And no joke, like it's just like anybody can walk in and off the platform. It's like it makes no sense at all. Like it makes no sense at all. And you know, I don't know. So anyway, then we get into Porto, and you know, it's nice. It's really cool. It's a cool city. It's really cool. Probably too cool for me. And we get to the hotel, and we didn't book the hotel online until PJ went and seen them to make sure there was no problems with the bicycles. Because, you know, if there was a problem, we'd just go somewhere else. We understand. So anyway, she goes and sees them, and supposedly there's no problem. And then we go to check in, and then there's a problem with the bikes. And I'm really overtired and grumpy, and like, you know, I'm like, why is there a problem with the bikes? We asked if the... So anyway, we sorted that out. Then we went to the hotel room, and in the hotel room, the air conditioner wouldn't work. And they're like, oh, well, the air conditioner doesn't work. And I'm like, no, change rooms, right? I tried fixing it where I ripped the panel off the wall. So I was in a very bad mood. So anyway, they put us into a suite, and it was good. Then, PJ, sensing that I was really tired and in a weak emotional state, decided to take me for this walk because she knows Porto and she wants to show me this thing. So she takes me for a walk and, of course, gets immediately lost, and we end up in the wrong place at the wrong thing. And then she says, okay, let's just go to this speakeasy. It's going to be really quiet. It's going to be like, very soothing for you, who I don't like crowds nor loud spaces, Then proceeds to walk me in you could have walked directly there. It would have been like 200 meters, or you could do this really convoluted long distance walk to get there. So she decides to take the long distance walk. Well, I'm like, very overtired. Like I'm like an old dog that just wants to lie down, So anyway, we're approaching the vegan speakeasy, and there's a lot of kind of loud music coming from it. So we walk in, and I swear to God, I'm making nothing up. There's a woman at the front door whose 3/4 of her clothing is studs, okay? Okay? And I go in, and I said to PJ as we walked in, I said, I don't think this is the place for us, And not a single person in that place was wearing anything other than black. There's no way they could get through a metal detector, these people. Even if they were naked, they had that many studs, and there was thrash metal on. And there was a big dog wandering around, a Great Dane. So anyway, we got, I sit down, and the thrash metal's going full on and all that sort of stuff. And, normally these people would stare at them. But if you go and sit like this big lumbering ox of a man with a white shirt on and all this sort of stuff, goes and sits in the middle of a thrash metal group, amazingly, they stare at you. It's not the other way around, So anyway, PJ, God bless her, is like, oblivious to everything. And she goes, but we're being more inclusive. And I said, I don't think they want us to be inclusive. I don't think that's the message that they're giving out here, inclusivity. So anyway, she goes and orders the vegan hot dogs. And then my hot dog turns up, right? But I'm not allowed to eat it. Of course I'm not allowed to eat it because she wants to take a photo of it because Meg said she wants to see food, okay? So, I'm sitting there, I'm hungry, I'm overtired, there's thrash metal going on, and I'm being stared at by a bunch of freaks, okay? But I'm not allowed to eat, it's like, no, you got to wait for the next one. So anyway, when it turned up, about 10 minutes later, then I was allowed to eat because I'm a child and I'm only allowed to eat when I'm told to. So anyway, I eat. It's stone cold and it's like got a thin vein of frozenness in the middle of the sausage. And PJ's like, and I'm like, I just want to go. I want to go home. So anyway, we went home and it was good. And so we've woken up today and PJ's told me that, we're going on a romantic bike ride today. So obviously I'm petrified because, she's planned it.